using the engines to go out to sea and then set sail. We
Mm-hmm.
did something. We did something real cool. We ended up sailing off the anchor.
Oh, wow.
So, do you know what that is?
Well, why don't you? I might, but why don't you tell us? Because I think most of our guests probably don't know.
So, what we did, we set up the sails we set up the main mast and I'm trying to remember the names of the masts. uh, we set up the main mast and the mast midships and the forward mast
Mm-hmm.
to in a certain way to where to create sort of like a wind tunnel to force the ship to rotate in a certain direction.
Right.
So the wind would come in and hit one sail and bounce off that sail and hit the other sail and cause the
Mm.
ship to spin in a counterclockwise way. And so we did that to spin ourselves around and build up speed. And while we were spinning, we started to raise the anchor within the last minute of us setting up. And once we raised the anchor, as I was raising the anchor, we put the masts back in order, and we pretty much just took off from there. We had a good buildup of wind coming in that were built up in the sails, and once we turned the masts, the wind caught the sails and propelled us off the anchor out to sea.
Excellent.
And,
Yeah.
and so at that point, we were running low on water in the ship, so we had to sail out off of our original course. We had to sail out and to use the purifier.
Mm-hmm.
We had to sail further off the coast. We had to get out into deeper water so we could use the purifier safely.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, when the ship is at port, they pump out the sewage, they pump in fresh water, they give it a pump. But yeah, that would be definitely an issue when ships are out to sea. You need
But
to have fresh water. Yeah.
the thing is, we never were at port.
Oh, wow.
We were always on the anchor. The only place that we were actually at port was
Docked.
when we were in Antigua.
So you were physically docked at Antigua. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at all of our hour stops, we were anchored out, and we had to use the ribs to get in.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, this sounds for me just absolutely perfect. This sounds like I mean, I've done a lot of vacations, and this one definitely is on my list now. This sounds like just a dream come true for me. So now, what do you know in general? I know you don't work for them, but what do you know about the company? Do they have participants and sailors and passengers from all over the world? Is it mostly British people because it's a British company, or what's the the dynamics of the
Surprisingly, not. We had a lot of people from Canada. We had some people from the U.S. Had people from Ireland and Scotland, and we only had a few people from the U.K.
I see.
In total, I think we only had like about 6 or 10 people from the UK.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and that's out of a crew of 47 people on the ship at that time.
Wow. All right. Yeah. And where was the crew from? Were they all British or just scattered all over the world from all over the place?
The main crew were scattered. We had a few that were from the US, just by the way that their voice sounded to me, at least.
Right.
We had one person from we had 2 or 3 people from the UK, had one person from Ireland, and some people from Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
the thing that I love about the JST though is, as a blind person or as a person with a disability, we don't have to go on the ship as a visitor. We don't have to go on the ship as a crew member, not a crew member, as a member of the temporary crew. Like we're not only permitted to go on the ship when we're going on a trip. We can actually do volunteer work on the ship, and we as a disabled community, we can be either a cook's assistant, bosun's mate, watch leader. Like, because my eventual goal is, once I get a little bit more experience, I'm going to apply to be a watch leader on my next trip.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So as a watch leader, I would be leading a group of about 6 to 10 people.
That's really special that this company really gives me the impression, with the preliminary research I've done, they've really given me the impression that you really do learn how to work on a ship, even if you have a disability. And that's really special, that you would come off the ship with definitely skills. And you would know a lot about, doing certain activities on the ship to help out. So yeah, that's really valuable. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, Brandon, I have about 4 minutes, and then I don't want to have to awkwardly cut you off, but I'm going to have to awkwardly cut you off. So I just want to say that you've done a magnificent recording. You've done a magnificent job today, motivating me even further to try to research JST and try to figure out a way for me to participate. I mean, right now I'm American, so I'm just wondering how it's almost impossible for me to get onto some of these trips right now. I mean, I don't think it's possible, but I would certainly like more information. So, but having nothing to do with all of that, do you have any final words for our audience today?
Do what you want to do, and don't let anything hold you back. Simple enough.
I like that quote at the end. Simple enough. Simple enough. That's good. That's good. You, sir, are a great friend to me. You're a great friend to Aaron's Opinion, even though we've never met, even though you really have no idea who I am. Trust me, you're always welcome on Aaron's Opinion, a podcast where you can always share your opinions about what's going on in Bermuda, what's going on a ship, or maybe what's going on in the UK, wherever you might be. I certainly wish you the very, very, very best of luck in your journey to hopefully get to emigrate to the UK at some point. I'm sure you'll get to do it. I will certainly add you to the group for Aaron's Opinion. If you are definitely going on this next trip in March to Antigua to Bermuda, let me know, because I would like more information about that. If you at home want to comment about this episode, I would love to hear from you. All you need to do is send an email, hopefully with something in it, to aaronsopinion6@gmail.com. AARONSOPIN. You know how you spell it, OPINION 6@gmail.com. Brandon, you did a great job, and you're always welcome on my podcast. I do need to be going with more things to do today. As I like to say, have a good day today and a great day tomorrow.